Hi, welcome to Lies and Secrets channel. We hope you will have fun with us. Enjoy watching. Waking up feeling rejuvenated was a peculiar experience for me, especially given the scant hours of sleep. I typically managed to snag each night as I trudged into the office, yawning over my steaming cup of coffee. I was always surprised to find my mind sharp and my body light, as if I had enjoyed the most restorative slumber imaginable. One day, my colleague Isla leaned over my desk with a playful grin and remarked, "Evelyn, you're like a whole new person every morning. What's your secret?" I chuckled, shrugging my shoulders on I no idea, I just woke up like this. Michael, notorious for his late-night escapades, chimed in from across the room teasing, "Maybe it's all those 8 hours you're getting every night." I shook my head, smiling. "If only I'll be lucky if I get 5. Isla rolled her eyes, laughing. "I don't buy it. You must have some secret ritual or magic. Tonic." I played along, joking about a mysterious elixir I supposedly drank every night. But the truth was I was just as baffled as they were each morning. I awoke with a peculiar lightness in my chest, an inexplicable sense of well-being, as if some unseen force was lifting my fatigue. My big dog Coco would be patiently waiting by my bedside, his wise eyes watching me intently. Sometimes I would pat his head and chuckle, asking, "You taking care of me, Coco?" He would gaze back at me with calm assurance, and I would laugh, heading off to start my day with an energy I couldn't quite put my finger on. Then one night, Scarlett, my close friend from college, stayed over. Although we didn't see each other often, we maintained our connection through regular communication. When her birthday arrived, I knew I had to make it special for her, so I dressed up in my finest attire, putting on my most cheerful face, and headed out to the nearby celebration. I was aware of how these evenings typically unfolded. One drink would lead to another, and before long we found ourselves lost in laughter and dancing until the early morning hours. As the night wore on, it became evident that Scarlett wouldn't be in a condition to drive home, so I insisted she stay with me for the night. Upon arriving at my apartment, Coco greeted us with his usual enthusiasm, and Scarlett knelt down to give him some affection, her face lighting up as she scratched his ears. "He's such a sweetheart," she said with a grin, expressing her long-held desire for a big dog like him. I chuckled, replying, "Yeah, he's my little guardian angel." After we changed and settled into bed, we spent time catching up on the little things in life, our laughter gradually fading into a comfortable silence as I drifted off to sleep. Suddenly, I was jolted awake by Scarlett's terrified scream, my heart racing. As I tried to comprehend the situation, she was clutching her pillow, her face drained of color and her eyes wide with fear. "What happened?" I gasped, reaching out to her, but her gaze flickered nervously between me and Coco, who sat calmly on the bed. "Oblivious to the panic, Evelyn," she stammered, her voice quivering with dread. I experienced an unsettling sensation that morning as I opened my eyes. I found him right there, fixated on me with an intensity that felt almost invasive, as if he were truly observing my every move. I attempted to dismiss the unease with a laugh, telling myself, "Come on, Scarlett. It's just Coco. You must have had a nightmare." Yet when I turned to her, her pallid face told a different story. It wasn't a dream. "Evelyn," she insisted, her voice trembling with conviction despite my attempts to reassure her. Scarlett was adamant about leaving, offering a hasty hug while murmuring something about needing to clear her mind. I watched her retreat in confusion before redirecting my attention to Coco, who remained seated, his gaze unwavering, kneeling beside him. I scratched behind his ears and said softly, "Well, Coco, it seems you've frightened her away." He blinked slowly, and for a fleeting moment I thought I detected a flicker of warmth and intelligence in his eyes that I had never noticed before. I dismissed the thought and returned to bed, but sleep eluded me as Scarlett's fear echoed in my mind, intertwined with the intensity of Coco's stare. Gradually, fragments of memories began to align, the occasional dampness. I felt the peculiar satisfaction and that nagging sensation of being observed. Could it be? No, that was absurd. Coco was just a big dog, yet as I lay there, I couldn't shake the nagging feeling that perhaps I had overlooked something significant. The following morning, Coco settled beside me. As I began to sift through the fragments of my memories, I found myself reminiscing about those mornings when I would awaken, feeling utterly rejuvenated, recalling the coolness of the air and the comfort that enveloped me with him always by my side, as I stirred from sleep for the first time in years. I truly focused on him, my heart whispering his name as I gently caressed his fur. "Have you been watching over me?" I asked softly, and he blinked slowly, his steady gaze locking onto mine. In that moment, an overwhelming sense of connection surged through me, leaving me momentarily breathless as if he were affirming, "Yes, I've always been here." A wave of warmth and gratitude washed over me, prompting me to embrace him tightly, tears brimming in my eyes as I expressed my thanks. Coco responded with a gentle nudge of his nose and a soft wag of his tail, and in that instant I realized he was far more than just a pet. He was a silent guardian, quietly ensuring my safety in ways I had never fully appreciated. Each morning that I had felt that inexplicable sense of peace was not a figment of my imagination, but rather his vigilant presence, watching over me throughout the night. From that day forward, I made it a ritual to kneel beside him each night, whispering, "Good night, Coco, I'll see you in the morning," for I now understood that he was not merely a big dog. He was my steadfast protector. A reminder that even in the quietest moments we are never truly alone. My story ends here. If you feel that this story is meaningful and brings useful lessons, please like and subscribe to the channel to support me. Thanks for listening and see you in the next videos.